I kind of have an idea, but I'm curious to see your thoughts.
See, it's going to be interesting because you've got to remember with Zealous, they have absolutely nothing to lose. There's no pressure on them at all. But, you know, with SkitLite, you know, I know sometimes I hide behind their 1,000 meg connection over in Sweden, but no, it looks like it could be a 3-0.
I think 3-0. I'm going to keep it that. 3-0 to SkitLite.
All right, well, let's go ahead, send it over to our casters. The game's underway. Take it away.
Strong side in the booth. Mike, we are rocking, we are rolling. We've got two of Europe's teams going head-to-head. Kicking things off on Plaza. Strongholds on board now with the man Zeno. Down he goes as well. Mike, I know we're in the game, but first of all, back in England, how you feeling, my dude?
Feeling excellent, man. Good to be back on the booth with you, man. I mean, it's been quite some time, so ready to just kill it here with you. Now over to Neji. It seems like the other guys were having a little bit of problems trying to pronounce his name. Guys, it's simple. It's just Neji. You see it right there on your screen. So very simple as that. He's going to pick up a kill as Beatley, but at the same time, they're not getting any time. Picking up kills, but not getting that precious stronghold time.
Always good trying to pronounce people's names, especially when you've not actually asked them before, which is kind of usually my mistake. 9 points on the board here at the moment for SkitLite. SkitLite, certainly a well-known team. The org itself's been in European Halo for a while now. Teob, certainly, as Mark mentioned it on the desk earlier on, a well-known name in European Halo. 2 will drop, though, over on SkitLite. 3 people, though, bombing down into bottom mid. They're probably still not going to get it as 2 people do chase them up on that one. You can see on the player outlines, they're all spread a little bit too thinly at the moment. However, Legend going to try and take Nest on his own. Jumps up, 2 players on the outline do pop out. He falls back down. Bullets come across from posters, so he's forced back into a corner. Beatley comes down as well, gets the crash, but you know what? It's not going to help him. Perfect hits him with a hot 5. He will drop. Let's find another player. Teob, a man, again, who's probably the one person we want to be watching throughout this entire series. Very, very well-known European Halo. A long-term Halo player, shotgun in hand. Going to try and defend this yard. Down he goes. You can see on the player outline, someone's going to be popping up at top. Gold needs to be aware of that one. Gets the call out. He's just going to check. That player just going to drop a couple of bullets. He is forced back, though. There is 2 of them, so he knows it's just an easy death if he falls into that pit of doom. Grenade comes in, though. Teob's forced back. Doesn't lose any shields whatsoever. 1, 2, 3, 4 players we can see all just spread out across bottom mid. So this could be a nice time. Really take advantage and take back Nest, but he's actually just going to help his teammate out. His teammate's there, just hiding behind white car. There is someone top mid. They're going to put some great shots in to force him back. He's not allowed any room to breathe. He can't go in there and challenge that hill. They're going to take that back. 36 points to 5. Mike, a commanding lead starting to take place.
Yeah, Teob, initially I was going to say he was kind of just hanging back a little too much over in the yard. Could have pushed up to help out his teammates over at bottom mid. They were able to recapture that, but you definitely don't want to play too passive when your teammates are all pushed up and fighting essentially a 3v4. You want to be up in the face of the other team with them, pushing up, especially when you've got the shotgun. Now he's still alive with the shotgun. But look at this. Was that a ninja?
No, he just turned around at the complete wrong time. I was going to call him out and say, yes, he'd done well, because initially down on driveway, he did crouch away. The player didn't see him with no shield, so he got away with his life. But unfortunately, turns around at the wrong time with the shotgun and just gets beat down in the back. Stupid noob, as T2 would say, unfortunately. But nevertheless, they do still have the lead, 52-5. Now taking the triple cap as well. Well and truly in effect, that's going to be ticking along at 2 points at a time. But Kachi going to find one in the hill there. That's an easy kill. He does have some teammates. You can see the little golden arrow. 1, 2, 3 bodies now. Zealous will drop. This could be game, set, and match rather soon, because that time is ticking along very, very nicely. And when you get in a triple cap as well at that moment in time, things, Mike, they don't look good.
Yeah, SkitLite is just doing a great job at just countering. Every time they lose a stronghold, they're already prepared and capturing the opposite stronghold on the other side of the map. So we're seeing them just do a great job at kind of bouncing back and forth, and a great job by Ketchy. Just stayed alive right here and not really just giving up an easy death. Being that first death on your team is always the worst feeling, because you pretty much let your team down. It allows the other team to push up. It allows them to kind of take over. And now we're going to see Ketchy pick up a double kill, but in doing so, his teammates are going to be able to pick up that kill. And looks like they may be able to counter Nest, but actually you're going to see the players over on Zealous now starting to kind of pick things up. But as I say that, they do lose yard, and now we're back to the bouncing back and forth.
I'm going to say, here comes the battle for top mid. You could tell the camo was coming up. One player from one side. 2 players coming out of cinema as well, just taking a quick look and peek around. And now we've got 2 players dropping in bottom mid though. SkitLite coming on a quick defensive, gets turned around by Messiah with a hot 5 to the face. Spins around again on a pinhead. Gonna challenge this guy. He's to his left. Just staying alive here, hiding around the pillar. Grenades coming in thick and fast. Will whip out the light rifle. Someone hiding behind the garbage truck. The best thing for us at home, we can see where people are with these outlines. Tayob's going to be dropping in above him, but gets the kill. Quite interesting. I didn't expect to see him get that one. Splinter nade, unfortunately, going to be dropping down, but not finding its target whatsoever. He does have a teammate helping him out, though. It'll be a big kill if he can get it, which he does, which forces them out. The one player is sent back down to S1, but he cleaned him up anyway, so it didn't matter. Turns around, and it's going to be Neej going one-on-one with the player up at top gold as well. So they do have 2 plots in hand. They can now put some time back on the board. It's all about these kills, though. They have to heavily outslay SkitLite, keep the 2-plot advantage, keep the time ticking away, apply the pressure. But as we're saying that, I'm just seeing SkitLite knocking 1, 2, 3 players down on the opposing side. So once again, 3 dead here for Zealous. Not looking great. Still 2 plots in the hand, though. However, that's going to easily get turned around as Beatley, he's going to bang himself the nest.
So what I saw there from Zealous was they kind of got a little over ambitious there. They wanted to go for the trip cap. They didn't need to go for that trip cap. They were holding 2. They just needed to stay alive. All 4 of them were kind of focusing around to the bottom middle area, and obviously they just got collapsed on and they weren't able to get that control of the 3rd stronghold. In times like this, when you're down by that much, sometimes you just got to take it slow, little by little. It's going to be a long game, but I mean, we've seen some epic comebacks happen, but it looks like you're going to see SkitLite close this one out and take game number 1 pretty easily.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, when we look across the board, 46 kills from the red team, 36 on the blue, only a 10-kill difference. Power weapon pickups, though, 2-1 in favor of red team as well. Definitely just overall map control, presence on the map, keeping them in the death screen as much as possible. Seeing a nice little cheeky triple kill coming out of Tayob as well, which kind of makes up for the disastrous turnaround with that shotgun, which ended his life getting beat down in the back. We'll take a look and bring you the kill feeds up in a moment. There we are, 16 coming out of Beatley, 16 coming out of Tayob as well. 2 guys carrying the team to success. 7 and 7 as well for Blind and Catchy. On the opposing side, 8, 8, and 7. Neej turning it up, though, with 13 going positive. With 10 deaths, positive 3 for him. The only one on the opposing side going positive. Certainly looking for his team to make much more of a performance moving into the Slayers. So we're going to have Truth Slayer coming up next, Mike. Let's talk about Truth. Obviously, midship, doesn't matter what kind of map you call it. It's been around for so many years. Now in Halo 5, it's all about those rifles. Bag yourself, bag yourself the BR, bag yourself the carbine. Coming back from when we had the previous weapon set, there's no more fuel rod top mid. We've got the sword, which a lot of old school players will recognize from back in the day. How have things been playing on this map for you? Give me your initial thoughts. Since we've lost the fuel rod now, since you've lost that, I mean, it was a very strong power weapon. You've now got a sword, which is a power weapon itself. How do you think this map's unfolding yourself for you?
It feels like a lot of players are gravitating over towards the carbine area. And then also to note, we also got rid of both storm rifles underneath each base, and then we placed one bottom middle, and that's going to be a tier 2 storm rifle. So you're only going to be able to see 1 on a map at a time. You're not going to see no more than that. But we are seeing players really gravitate towards that carbine and really just getting control of both bubbles and forcing the teams to spawn in the base. And you'll have a player ping 2 as well. So pretty much you're just forcing a team to spawn in red or spawn in blue and have them fight to push out to car or push out to pink. So if a team is able to get that perfect setup, get the BR, get a carbine, potentially get a few players on their team with a carbine, it is really hard to stop.
I've mentioned storm rifles, and we always talk about it being a bit of a meme now and again, but the storm rifle now you've put one on this map, and there's only one on its own. Obviously, bottom mid, it's no man's land. That is a dead zone. The amount of time in any Halo, you go bottom mid, you're going to get spanked, especially in Slayer. Grenades come flying in thick and fast. But if you get the storm rifle on this map, that is a very individual power weapon. You take that inside a base, you take it up to B side, especially if you get a battle rifle with it or a carbine yourself, you keep that in your back pocket. If someone comes up close and personal, that thing rips people in half. But it's, you know, it's all about getting it first, especially in a game like Slay. You don't want to be throwing away those easy kills, so you want to make sure if you're going to go for that weapon, it's clear, you're free, you're going to get it, you're going to make use of it. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 is now underway. If you are just joining us, welcome along to the Halo World Championship. This is the European region qualifier. 2 teams this weekend will be going to Worlds. Lots on the line, lots of money, everything to play for. Tweet the stream, use the hashtag HaloWC. We got action going on all week. We do have 8 teams up in the pro bracket waiting. They'll commence play tomorrow. Boy, oh boy, we have got some awesome, awesome European action. Tayob will drop though. Mike, tell me what you're seeing.
All right, well, off the start, we did see the camo get burned. That's another hot commodity here on the map, along with the carbine and potentially the storm rifle if you can get it into that perfect scenario. Great nades there from the guys on Zealous, though, to take down Beatley. But we'll see over on the other side, we've got SkitLite already gaining control of Pink Tower. So you've got a player in Pink 2 and another great grenade there from the guys on Zealous. That's going to be Legends this time, throwing a perfect grenade into Pink 2, getting it deep down in there to make sure it connects with the player that was one shot. So great grenades again. SkitLite, you've got Blind here picking up an AR kill, Pink 2, but not really too much control coming from SkitLite. It looked like they were going to be able to hold Pink 2, but lost control of that pretty quickly. And now you've got Legends with the battle rifle here. And this is what you don't want to happen. You don't want Zealous to get control of Pink 2, to also get control of that top car area and now get stuck in a base. You're going to see this 2v1 battle happen here, but you will see the player from SkitLite back down. But look at this, you've got a player pushing, 2 players pushing from top middle, so some great aggression and a great move from the entire team, making that entire push at one time.
Yeah, we just saw all 4 players pretty much in concession drop on the opposing side of Zealot. Now, one thing I kind of want to ask you, Mark, obviously it's been a few years, but while we're still in the early game here, whoa, once again, SkitLite just applying the pain. At the moment, Zealous, every time we look, that's, I think, the 2nd or 3rd time we've just seen all 3 of them drop one after another. But just to take you back a little bit, Mike, where we're still early doors, to you, when you play Truth's Slayer, does it kind of still feel like you're playing midship? Has it changed? Obviously, it's a different game, different weapons, but generally, is still the same kind of meta and feel to it the same?
I mean, there are definitely some similarities, without a doubt. And like you said, it is a different game, but you want to control the pink side, and you want to be able to get the battle rifles and be able to have those long-range sightlines, get people weak, pushing in out of base. Great shots here from Blind, picking up the double along with the perfect. And look at these guys, just the aggression, just not letting up. Another one down, that's 3 down, a 3-for-0 trade. Make that 4-for-0, 5-for-0, a 5-for-1 trade there. And these guys are just making incredible plays, pushing from every angle. You're not seeing them let up, and this makes it extremely hard if you're on SkitLite because, or excuse me, if you're on Zealous, because you really have no time to react, and you've got to turn it around. There's not much time. On a small map like Truth, and a small map like Regret, you got to make something happen quick. You don't want to fall behind. People say Slayers normally start around 30 kills, but look at this. We've almost got SkitLite at 30 kills, and they've got a 17-kill lead now.
17-kill deficit here for Zealous. That is immense, especially, we always kind of, I mean, I was saying how early on it is. We are still only 8 minutes, 8 minutes 30 remaining on the clock, only a few minutes into this game. This has sped up extremely, extremely fast. I think it was the 4th, maybe even the 5th time we saw 2, 3 people just dropping over and over again. It's all about those rotations, just applying the pressure, applying the pain. You know where they're going to be spawning. Just collapse. Don't give them any time to breathe, any room to move or push out of those bases. Force them in. Get your rifles up top mid. Look in the window. See where they're going to be. Hell, grab the sword and just run in there and just go for a quick slice and dice. Why the hell not? If they're on the back ropes, just don't stop the bleeding. Let it keep going. Only 16 kills, not even hitting 20. And we are, what, 5 minutes into the game now? Things not looking great here. And this is kind of what SkitLite is. SkitLite is a very, very good team. Didn't expect any less than this, to be honest with you. A few little mistakes here and there in the previous one. Still a fantastic win regardless whatsoever. But this is where they're going to start to heat up. They get a few games in. Honestly, this is going to be over probably in the next 1 to 2 minutes if they just keep going. Things have slowed down a little bit more. The sword comes across, doesn't find his target, does 2nd time round. And now you're going to see the sword go in the back pocket of the camo guy as well. Certainly not a man you want creeping up behind you.
Not at all. And you can just tell when we're watching these guys on Zealous, look at this. They're definitely afraid to push. Obviously, you've got 4 guys ahead of you, but they're not stopping. Look at this charge. Great perfect kill from Zeno, but you've got another guy right there to just finish you off. There's no time for them to really do anything. You've got Neji kind of hanging back right now. You've got players pushing out from Pink. He's got to get over there to help him out. Look, everyone's kind of getting caught off on their own, not able to really make any type of move. They're getting picked off across the map. They're getting shot across the map, and then they're getting flanked, pushed on. They're not able to really move off their spawn. You see all 4 of them spawn up here at red base. One is able to push out towards the pink side, but now we're slowly seeing them push towards that pink side, but they're not really picking up any kills. They're slowly getting picked off one by one. And what the great thing is here from SkitLite, you've got Tayob just controlling that car side, making sure nobody can push out. All 3 other people on his team are pushing from top mid, pushing from pink, just making it so there is virtually nowhere to go, Sims.
I can smell the steak. It is cooking. It is ready to drop on my plate. One more kill. We'll see it done. No, they managed to hit 25. Only getting halfway, though. That is the SkitLite what I expected to be seeing. The final score will be 50-25. Notable is Catchy at the end there, sticking a triple. He did go for the over. We didn't quite catch it, as he did get shut down at the end. Let's take a look at some of the stats. One noticeable thing on the opposing side is going to be Catchy. 2k damage on his own, 44% accuracy as well. 18 and 5 at the top. 4 and 7 at the bottom. Not the greatest of games for Tayob, but it doesn't matter whatsoever.
But take a look at Tayob here. 17 assists.
Yep.
Just laying down that cover fire.
That's where his kills are.
Yeah, I mean, you may not be picking up the kills. You went -3. It doesn't matter. You guys got a nice fresh steak right there. I mean, as long as you are just pelting the other team, keeping them at bay. If a player is 1 or 2 shots deep, they're not going to be pushing out, especially with exactly what happened. Zealous was playing so passive, way too passive, and they needed to challenge a little bit more. And we actually, the series before, we were talking about how the 2 teams, they were over-challenging. They kept stepping out one shot. They kept trying to go for those ridiculous and insane plays, and they pulled it off sometimes. But sometimes you got to know when to just lay off the gas there and just hang back a little bit, wait for a teammate, then let's initiate our push, and then we can overthrow the map.
So Catchy, the only player doing above 2k damage. Red team took 2 camos. We see blue team only bagging themselves 1. That's a big scoreline, is that 50-25. Let's see how this one transitions as we move into our third and what could potentially be our final map of this best of 5 series. Collie CTF. Personal fan favorite of mine, Rockets and Sniper. It's just, I mean, for me, it's just basic Halo. It doesn't matter what it's going to be on. There's going to be Flag or Slayer. Get the power weapons, destroy the map. Your thoughts on Collie, Mike, please?
Well, after what we just saw there, it's definitely looking scary for Zealous. If SkitLite is just applying that same pressure, I see them getting control of Rockets, getting control of Sniper. You're going to have that Rocket guy in your face, in your base. You're not going to be able to really push out or get out. You're going to have a Sniper guy probably hanging around one of the elbows, sniping from across the map, watching the fridge, watching Rocket side, watching your courtyard, watching the push out the front window onto the bridge. It's gonna be really tough. Zealous cannot play passive. They cannot just hang back constantly. They got to get out of their base, but they've got to push together.
So here you are, guys. If you're just joining us, your current map layout. Plaza went in the way of SkitLite, 100 points to 20. Second game we've just seen, True Slayer went in the hands of SkitLite again, 50-25. The steak was seriously well cooked. Can we see the same again? An absolute dominating performance out of SkitLite. I expect no less. Again, the first to bag 3 flags. Whoever has the most at the end of the game will be your victor. This is Coliseum CTF. Kicking things off with the POV of Blind. Catchy going to move his way into those rockets. 1, 2, 3 again of Zealous. Everyone's dropping. I'm looking at this score right now. All the players are just dropping left, right, and center. Bodies are just appearing. There we are again. I don't think they've got 1 kill yet.
All 4 push right
again
into the base. They're all dead. Running the flag over towards the snipe side. This is a perfect route. You've got Sniper right there blocking the cave spawn. You got your teammate that just spawned up at the base, and look at this, cutting off the route, pushing into the flag. Trying to give some cover here over by the elbow. He's in a great position. No player wants to push in there, and they're already going to get that first cap within the first 50 seconds.
2 players on the opposing side are goosing, and there's already a flag in the back of for SkitLite. This is absolutely insane. They've currently got 9 kills. On the opposing side, they've only got 3. This is dirty kind of stuff, especially when you've got Beatley over here on S3 with the sniper rifle just checking out that rocket ramp. He doesn't know the players have gone below unless he's just popped up on the radar, which he has indeed. They're going to rotate round to their flag. They're going to return that one, just checking. Oh, no scope comes in. See you later, my friend. The airborne comes down. Looking across, and as soon as we've been talking about that one, Mike, there's another flag in the bag.
Yep, flag number 2 is captain. Look at this, Beatley. I thought he was going to go for the flag pull there, but he did notice one of his teammates did die. So I really like that play. 2 of his teammates are down. He has the sniper, and instead of going for a flag cap that you may or may not get, most likely probably not going to get, he just tries to go for a few more slays.
It's out and about, and oh, so lucky. He just missed Goose Watch. I'm looking at some of the kills. That is the quickest game of Collie CTF I have ever seen. Rest in peace, not like this, my friends. That was...
I think we did have a breadstick, though.
We did have a breadstick. It was literally until that very final second. I don't think it was about winning the game. I think it was about not goosing. He literally just dive bombed for the final kill. We'll bring up the kill feed in a second just to show you how seriously bad it was. Oh my... I mean, what do you say to that? That was a beating.
At least you did not get the goose. At least you
Well,
did not get the goose. That
look
was
on the positive side of life, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take that negative, turn it into a positive. You did not get goose, because a goose, that goes down in history, especially on main stage.
Yes, Warlord's here in the audience, and we still will remind him about that. He did goose at the summer finals on main stage.
Hit
so,
percentage,
you know.
66 accuracy. 66.
That's insane. that is pretty good. Well, that's kind of how things go, especially when you're playing a good team like SkitLite. They wanted the win, and you never know, they might just genuinely be extremely good.